everybody, it's Femtrooper, and today I'm going to show you my PS Vita collection. So the PS Vita is one of my very favorite consoles. I just think it's an awesome little unit. It is really great. I mean, the screen is awesome. There's some great games on it. It really didn't do as well as they wanted it to. It just didn't hold up to the 3DS. That's okay, because for me, it has enough on it to make it worthwhile. And I did a PS Vita collection a long time ago, and I figured it was time to just do another update because I'm not realistically collecting for it anymore. There might be the odd game here and there that I'll end up picking up down the line. But in general, you know, I'm kind of done, so let's just show off what I have. Of course, before we get into it, please make sure you're subscribed. If you're not, please click like, and let me know in the comments what your favorite PS Vita games are. Starting off the list, let's go with a collection of games because they're all in the same series. So, we have Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, which is the first one. Then we have Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair, obviously a great sequel. Then you have Danganronpa 3, which is Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. Awesome finale. And then, of course, because I love the series, I did pick up Ultra Despair Girls Danganronpa Another Episode. A really bizarre spin-off, sort of, but still part of the main canon. It's very weird. It's a third-person shooter. It is not like the other ones, but if you like the series, I think it's worth picking up because you're just gonna like it because you like everything to do with Danganronpa. So definitely play it, but if you're on the fence, this is definitely the last game I would pick up. I will say, I love Danganronpa. It's a fantastic series. These are like visual novel crime courtroom kind of games. Weird. It's basically about, you know, deaths and having to escape a school. It is really messed up, but in the best way, and it's so much fun and a really good thriller, so highly recommend. Next we have Dragon's Crown, and I have not played this yet. It was a gift that I got a long time ago in like a Secret Santa, and it's just been sitting there. I don't know if it's realistically something I would like, but I know that, you know, so many people like Vanillaware, and it's definitely something that got good reviews. So maybe one day I will check this out. It's obviously on the shelf. I have access to it at any time, but it is not one I've played. If you've played it, let me know. We have Gravity Rush. Now, this to me was like the ultimate Vita game. When the Vita came out, it was like, this was the epitome of like, all Vita owners have to own this. This is fantastic. This is a wonderful game, and now I know they've ported it to PS4, so that's great if you don't have a Vita. And I know there's a sequel, and I still haven't played it, which is bad. But this, I can 100% confirm, this is really cool stuff. Very original, really unique gameplay, awesome music, really cool character. This is just, and beautiful. It's a beautiful game. I really do recommend this. I think it was showing what the Vita could do at the time, and it was kind of like the game for the Vita, and it really truly is a unique, fun experience. Please check this out if you haven't. It's really neat. Next, we have a rhythm game, which is Hatsune Miku Project Diva F Second. Weird title, but it's really good. I love this. I don't like play it all the time, but it is a really good rhythm game. It's definitely solid. So if you like rhythm games, I recommend it. I mean, it's fun. It's Hatsune Miku music, so if you're not into that, you may not like this, but if you don't care and you really like the Vocaloid thing, it's definitely a fun one. Here's another game that for some reason I have, and I didn't get into it, but I feel like maybe I should give it another shot, and that is Lumines Electronic Symphony. I believe it's like a rhythm game, but has puzzle elements, and I haven't played it, so if I'm saying everything wrong here, whatever. I have it. I haven't checked it out, but it is something maybe one day I would check out on like a rainy day kind of thing. But if you've played this, let me know, because it's just kind of been sitting here. I don't even know why I have this, but it's here. Next, we have a series again. Now, one of the carts I've played, the other one I still haven't gotten to. So we're going to show it. So the first one is Muv-Luv. Now, this contains Muv-Luv Extra and Muv-Luv Unlimited. I did not like Muv-Luv Extra. The first one I thought was, I'll be honest with you, pretty painful. It was so boring. Nothing really happens. It's kind of there just to set up characters, and it was so boring. I was really struggling. And then when I got to the next one, It was more interesting, more sci-fi. Definitely some interesting things were happening. And I roll my eyes because it was interesting enough, and I kind of want to see the conclusion that I did buy Muv-Luv Alternative. So I know the first one was painful for me, but it got interesting enough that I felt like I do want to see the conclusion of this. It's definitely interesting, so I just got to know what happens. Yes, these are visual novels that are like purely visual novel. It's basically just reading. There's nothing really to interact with, so just throwing it out there if you're like, I don't know if I'm on the fence. If you don't like pure VN, don't even go near this. I feel like I can. It just has to be interesting enough. So that's why I gotta check it out. And it definitely got more like sci-fi at the end of Unlimited, where I was like, okay, I gotta know. And then, to be honest, you look this game up and people say it like changes their life and stuff. And I'm sort of over that stuff because nothing has ever topped. Like, I've never really been, like, my life has never been changed by any of this stuff when people say that, because takes a lot for me to be like, whoa, right? But it's enough that I'm like, I gotta know. If so many people are freaking out over this game, I gotta check it out. Next, we have another series that is great, and of course, I will start it with Persona 4 Golden, which I actually got with the Vita, and so glad I did. I'm not, like, the biggest Persona fan, I will admit that, but I really did enjoy this. This is really, really cool, and I loved that it was modern day, set in a small Japanese town. Really cool, murder mystery, but with Scooby-Doo kind of elements, and it is definitely worth your time. So if you're, just getting into Persona because you played Persona 5, don't miss this one. It's also on all the newer consoles now. You don't need a Vita to play this anymore, so play it on the Switch, play it wherever. I highly recommend it. It is really, really cool, and it has a phenomenal soundtrack, to the point that they made a dancing game, a rhythm game, which is Persona 4 Dancing All Night, and this is really good. It's a really great game. I do have the special edition for Dancing All Night. It's awesome. So here it is. It's like in a huge awkward case. So for some reason I ended up getting this. I usually don't get special editions, but when I bought it, that is the way it came, and it's really great. It is a solid, fun, awesome rhythm game. It's one of the best rhythm games I have, so definitely recommend it. Even if you haven't played Persona 4, definitely get this. Like, it's a really, really fun game because it has some of the best music in gaming. Like, seriously, the Persona soundtracks are very, very high up. Like, definitely check it out. Here's an indie title that I really do recommend because it's like a mixture of Earthbound and The Legend of Zelda. So, I'll show it to you guys. It's called Reverie. And I remember following this online years ago, and then I'm pretty sure I got a free code for it, and then I had to buy it because it was so, so, so good. I did like some first impressions of it like 10 years ago or something. It's really, really cool. So this plays like a Zelda game. So it's top down, like an old school Zelda game, like Link's Awakening, Link to the Past, that kind of thing. It's really cool. You go in different dungeons. It is really like Zelda, and in a good way. Like, it plays very well. And it's like modern day though. So all the characters really give off like a Mother Earthbound kind of look. So in terms of like the aesthetic, it really looks like you're playing Earthbound, but with Legend of Zelda gameplay. And it's not like a crazy long game either. This is a really cool game. And I don't talk about tons of indies on here. I admit I need to play more, but I really like this one. So I had to buy the physical copy of it because I remember I was talking with the makers of the game and they had given me a code years ago. And I was so thrilled because I was just so excited to play their game. And if I have to say, their game was good. So it wasn't like, it was a disappointing thing. Like, I truly liked the game, said good things, and I really mean it. And I had to buy the physical because it was that great. So totally worth your time. It's on other consoles. So definitely check out Reverie. This is an Otome game that I would like to show that I actually liked. And it's called Seven Scarlet. This is really, really cool. And I liked it because it was like a spooky kind of ghosts, kind of like haunted kind of story, but with a bunch of guys, and there's this girl, and it was, classic cliche. She has to romance all the guys and, but find her missing brother or whatever. It was really good, and it was really spooky, and I liked it. It was the right amount of romance and silliness and smut, but it was also actually interesting. So Yeah, if you aren't into otome games, then maybe this is a skip, but I feel like if you're on the fence, you might like it because it did have more to offer. It was kind of interesting, and I feel like if you're into otome games, it's really good. So I want more otome games like this because I've played a few others that I didn't really care for. But this, really good. I actually like this one. So thumbs up to 7 Scarlet. Here's one that I haven't actually beat, but I would maybe like to give it another shot, and that is Shantae Half Genie Hero. And I do have like the special box for it because I got it at a convention years ago, and I thought it was so gorgeous and pretty, and then I ended up buying a Shantae game on the Switch, and I'm an idiot and didn't realize Shantae's kind of like a Metroidvania, and I don't like Metroidvanias, and I ended up beating the one on the Switch, but I just was not into it. It's not my style of gameplay at all. I really just prefer platformers. I was like, what is this? Because I was not into Metroidvanias, so this is probably like that, and so I don't know if I'm actually going to end up playing this, but I do love the music in these games. The graphics are phenomenal, so maybe I'll give it another try. Here is one that I actually just bought on the Switch recently, and that is Steins Gate. Now, the reason I rebought it was because everyone says this game is like amazing and phenomenal, and the anime is great, blah, blah, blah. I bought this years ago when they released it on the Vita because everyone was saying those things. Oh my god, Steins Gate's getting a release, you gotta get it. I tried playing it, and I just could not handle it. It is kind of, you know, a pure visual novel, so just a lot of reading, and the main character talks in a really strange way that I could not, like, handle, where it was like, I'm not connecting with this. It's very bizarre and weird, and I couldn't get past it, and I ended up putting it down. But I've heard that the Switch version has animated cutscenes and makes it a little bit more user-friendly. So I feel like if I do give it another shot, I'm going to play it on the Switch and see. If I don't like it there, I feel like I'm done with it. But this version, probably not going to play. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with the Switch version. I'll give it a shot. I want to like it because I like the premise of it. But it's just like, it's very, you know, very interesting sci-fi stuff. But the way it read out, it was just weird. And my brain was like, no. So I'll give it another shot. Of course, I have a million Tales games that I've never played because I don't know why, because years ago, for some reason, I bought like every Tales game. So here's one. It's Tales of Hearts R. It's supposedly not one of the best ones, but I have heard some people say it's pretty good, so I'll give it a chance one day, 100%. I bought this in France, actually, and it's so stupid because I wanted just to buy a game just to say I bought a game there. I don't know. And I knew it was region-free, so I ended up buying this. But yeah, that's why it has the Peggy 16 logo here. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to buy it. So I do have this. I know it's kind of like, it's hard to find. Obviously can't find it here anymore. So I'm glad I have it, but I have not played it yet because I'm still getting through Tales games. And if I'm honest, I have played 2 Tales games and both I wasn't really impressed by. So I'm sure out of all the series, there's got to be one Tales game that I like. I don't know what that is yet though. So maybe it's Abyss. Maybe it's Exilia, maybe it's this, I don't know, maybe it's Grace's F, I don't know. I'm giving them all a chance though, because there has to be one I like. There has to be. Here's one that surprisingly, I'll be honest with you, have not played, and I got it at like a pawn shop years ago when I was just buying stuff for Vita, but I feel like I should because I've liked the rest of the series, and that is Uncharted Golden Abyss, so it seems like a must. I know this was, again, a big title for the Vita because it was like, whoa, you can play Uncharted handheld, like that was a huge deal. So I would like to give it a shot because I really do like the Uncharted series. I just, for some reason, haven't gone to this, so I might try and make it a priority to play some of these next year because I really love playing my Vita. It's just I've been so into the Switch and the PS5 lately, but yeah, I definitely want to give this a shot. Here's a good one that, again, you can get it on a million consoles, but I played it on the Vita, and that's Undertale. I really like this game. I'm not obsessed with it, but I really like this game. Now, you'd think I would be, like, jumping for joy because it's really similar to Earthbound. It's not, in a way, but it definitely gives off Earthbound vibes. So I really like it. I'm just not, like, freaking out over it, but I did enjoy it. And I feel like maybe because it's been so long, I should replay it. But I did play this. I did beat it. I really enjoyed the game. It's definitely unique. It is definitely unique, has a really cool soundtrack. I like the concept that you can basically play through the entire game without, like, killing an enemy. You can choose, you know, how to play the game. You can play as normal, you can be friendly. It's different. It's really different, and I like the concept of, the monster world and stuff. It's a really neat game. So if you haven't played it yet, go for it. It looks like they're trying to go for Earthbound vibes, but like more like a Nintendo. Like it looks more like 8-bit. Sometimes it's kind of like, this game's sort of ugly, but I think it's beautiful too. So weird game, but I do recommend it. Another series here, and done in a way that, oh my gosh, like, I love this company and the way they do. I don't want to say visual novel, but to me, it kind of is a visual novel. So that is The Walking Dead Season 1 and The Walking Dead Season 2. Now, I still haven't finished this series. I've beat these two, but I need to get the next 2 games, because I know there's 2 more seasons. They weren't called that in a way, but I definitely want to get to them. And I know that they didn't release them on the Vita, and that's, I don't know. So I'll just get them for Switch or something, or PS4, and end up playing them someday. But these two I have played and beat, and they are fantastic. I like them both. Season 1 seems to have more of an impression on me, because I remember the ending being very, very sad. So if this is like games I cried in, definitely this one, 100%. It's really good. These are kind of interactive point-and-click visual novels, and they are phenomenal, to the point where I would say I enjoyed these more than the actual show. Like, really good stuff here. Don't skip these. They are so, so good. Here's a fun racing game, and that is Wipeout 2048. Just a really, like, fast-paced, high-energy racing game, like, kind of in a, like, absurd kind of way, but a fun way. So yeah, kind of a cool game. Here is a Telltale game, just like the guys who made The Walking Dead, but I just haven't played this yet, and it's The Wolf Among Us, and I'm sure I'd really like it. So again, it's just one of those, like, whenever I get to it, but I really do want to check it out, because it does look interesting in terms of there being kind of like, I don't know, like characters from Fables, I guess. So I'm really interested to check it out, and yeah, hopefully soon. Another visual novel here, and I haven't played it yet. It was actually a gift from my friend Lewis, like, a long time ago, so I feel bad that I haven't played it yet. But that is XBlaze Code Embryo. Looks interesting, and as far as I know, I can just play this on its own. I haven't played anything in the series before, but I do want to get to it. It's just sitting here. You guys know it's hard, like, because games are so long. It's not like a movie where you're like, oh, I'll just watch a movie after supper. It's like, no, some of these games, it's like, well, that's 20 hours, that's 40 hours. So it's like, it's really hard to get to everything, but I'm slowly making my way through. Also keep in mind that a lot of these games I was buying at a time when I was just really just buying games. I bought games to show on my channel, and then I, silly. So now I really try and just buy games 100% knowing I'm going to play that, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of these were purchased during those years in my, like, early to mid 20s when I was just kind of buying for buying's sake, which is bad, but whatever. I mean, I'm happy I have some of these, so it's all good. This next game is one that I bought because a bunch of friends were so excited about it. I've still never really played anything from the series. I played this for maybe a couple hours, and then just, again, this was back when I wasn't beating games. So I do want to give it another shot. I think I will play 8 first, but we have Ys Memories of Celceta. I want to try Ys 8 first, and then I think if I am into that, I'll check this one out. But yeah, I mean, I have this. It looks kind of cool. I'm definitely down to check out Ys. I just have not really gotten into the series. So I don't know what's a better starting point. I'm sure a lot of you will recommend 8 to me. I have it on the PS5, and I really want to get to it soon. But I do have this, so if you think I should start with this, let me know. Let me know what you think about Ys or where I should go with that series. And finally, we have a game in a series that I love, but just for some reason, I have never been feeling just the feeling to play this game. So I'll just show it. So it's Zero Time Dilemma. So this is the 3rd game in the sort of like Zero Escape series. So there's 999, which I loved on the DS. Then there's Zero Escape, which was on the 3DS and the Vita. I played it on the 3DS, actually. And so then I ended up getting this one, which is Zero Time Dilemma. And you'd think, well, if you love the first 2, why have you not played this? I don't know. I'm not sure. I did try and play it, like, right after my son was born. For some reason, I was like, I'm just gonna play this game. And I remember putting it in, and within, like, 10 minutes, my brain was like, no, I'm not doing this. There was all these paths and routes, and I was like, I don't think I can handle this right now with, like, a 2-week-old baby or something. And I I just haven't gone back to it. So maybe when I'm feeling it, because obviously I don't have newborn stresses anymore, I should go back to this because I do love the series. The series is great. It's like so creepy and phenomenal, sadistic, messed up. If you like creepy crime, murder stuff, I feel like check it out. And so these are really great for that. But I've also heard too that this is the weakest of the three, so my motivation to play it has not been strong. But as a fan of the series, I feel like I have to just finish it. So I'm sure I will get to this somewhat soon. I don't know. It's just not a priority. So that is my Vita collection. I really do love the console. There are games on there that I haven't played yet, and now doing this video is making me think, oh, maybe I should get to that. So it's kind of nice going through it and being like, okay, you know, I have my list of games that I need to play. I do have a list. I have everything sorted out and organized. I pick, you know, sometimes I'm feeling a Vita game. Sometimes I'm feeling a Switch game. Just really depends. So yeah, I know the Vita is kind of a weird console, and some people, I mean, we all kind of forget about it, but I truly, really think it's a great console. I really like it. It's gorgeous. It's comfortable to hold too. Like everything about it is awesome. I do have some games on the Vita that I bought on like the PSN, and I don't consider those like Vita games because I did buy a few digital games. Like I have like Wild Arms, and I have like Suikoden, and I have a few things like that. I played Lunar Silver Star Story on it from the PSP. I own it, but it's just, I don't know. I never talk about my digital games. I just don't care, and I don't buy that many, so there's that. But yeah, those are my physical Vita games. I think my collection's pretty solid. There's definitely a few more visual novels I'd like to pick up, and maybe the odd game here and there. But overall, I think it's kind of done, and at this point, so many of those games are available on other consoles like the Switch, and I would rather buy it on the Switch at this point. So I'm kind of done with the Vita, but, you know, if there's a Vita game, you're like, I'm not seeing it there on Femtrooper's shelf, please tell me. I'm open because I still love playing the console. It's a great little unit. Like, it is a great little handheld console. I love it to bits. So I just wanted to share my collection and do a 2024 update for you guys. Thanks for watching today's video, everybody. I hope to see you in my next video.